Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. And I make videos all about making and selling candles. And today's video is going to be all about heat guns and the ways that I use them for my candle business. So this is what my heat gun looks like, and I got this one from Harbor Freight Tools, but you can get them pretty much everywhere. I think there's a lot of different places that sell it. Target, Amazon, anywhere you can find them. And basically what a heat gun is it's basically just a stronger hair dryer. So it gets really hot really fast, and this one has two settings, so it has a low setting and a high setting. This is honestly hands down one of my favorite tools when it comes to candle making. I do have a few favorites, and if you want to see more of my favorites, I have an Amazon favorites video. I really need to make a second one because I have a lot more favorites that I get from Amazon that I use in my candle business, but this one is definitely one of the most helpful tools that I have, and I'm going to tell you guys the 4 different ways that I use it in my candle business. The first way I use my heat gun is probably one of the most well-known and commonly used ways to use a heat gun within a candle business, and that is to fix the tops of your candles. So after you pour your candle and it has cooled down to a solidified state, you may notice uneven tops on the candles, specifically if you use 100% soy wax, uneven tops, sinkholes, air bubbles, anything like that that you need to fix. A heat gun will be your absolute best friend. For me personally, my biggest issue when it comes to the tops of my candles doesn't have to do with the texture of the wax. It has to do with the space between where the wick is and where the wax touches. There's always this weird separation. A little bit of the wax will cling to the wick, and I have to just go in and heat it up so that the heat gun actually melts the wax that's stuck to the wick and it goes right down into the candle. I will also use it if there's any hair or lint or anything, any little fuzzies or anything that will land in my candles as they are curing before I've actually cut the wick. So I will look at them and make sure that there's nothing in it. If there is, I'll just take a little toothpick, I'll fish it out, and then I'll go through and smooth out the top where I put the little dig mark at. However, I will caution you, if you guys make wax melts as well, never try to use a heat gun to smooth out your wax melts if you use the plastic clamshell molds. I have tried to use it before. These are the plastic clamshell molds that I use, and there was an issue with it, and I was trying to smooth it out, and it completely warped the plastic because obviously it's gonna do that, Erica, but for some reason I was thinking I'll just try to heat it up a little bit, it'll be fine, but nope, it completely ruined the entire thing. So just a word of caution, only use it for the tops of candles that are in glass and not plastic clamshell molds. The second way that I use my amazing heat gun is to actually heat up the pouring pitchers before I make candles. So I will heat up my pouring pitchers before I actually go through and pour the wax in. What I used to do is I used to put it on the double boiler so that it would get hot enough so that there wasn't a crazy difference in temperature. So I like to keep my wax pretty hot before I pour in the fragrance oil. So the last thing I want to do is pour in my wax into the pouring pitcher to measure it and have the pouring pitcher be so cold that it quickly brings down the temperature. So to hit it with a heat gun before I pour in the wax, it's such a quick process, so much faster than double boiling beforehand. It's such a quick process. I'm able to quickly heat up the pouring pitcher so that there's not a crazy change in temperature as soon as I pour the wax in. It took me a long time to realize I could do that. I was constantly having my double boiler out. I would put it on the double boiler to keep it hot in between doing my different scents that I would do, and it just took so long to heat it up. And I am so thankful that I've started using my heat gun for a lot more than just the tops of my candles, because I realized just how versatile it is that I can use it for so many different things. The third way that I use my heat gun is amazing because it's to clean things. It's to clean spills. It's to clean hard wax on your counter. It's to clean hardened wax in your pouring pitcher. It's to clean anything that has wax on anything. It took me a while to figure out that I could do this. I would actually sit there and try to scrape off wax from my counter with a spoon. I actually have a special, I can't get to it right now, I have a special cleaning spoon, a scraping spoon that I would use to scrape off the counter. And now I realize it takes a few seconds to heat it up into liquid, and then I can just wipe it. So much easier than sitting there trying to scrape it off. You can use your heat gun to heat up that wax. It turns into liquid, and a liquid is so much easier to clean up than the solidified wax. So again, if you have spills on your countertops, I know that in my kitchen, I have my Presto pot with the spout, and the distance between the spout and actually the pouring pitcher is a little bit less. It's not right up on it. So I get splatters of wax on everything, specifically on the Presto pot and on the countertops and kind of everywhere on it. Also on my little microwave stand that I have to actually hold up my Presto pot. So I will just go in, I will heat up everything. Then I'll take my alcohol spray bottle that I made. This is just one of my room spray bottles, filled it with rubbing alcohol. That's made it so much easier than keeping it in the alcohol bottle and turning it over onto a cotton pad to clean it. This has been super helpful. I'll just go through, spray it, wipe it down with a paper towel, and it's good to go. It's clean. I use this also for my pouring pitchers. If there's some leftover wax in there of a scent that I didn't clean out all the way, I'll just go through, hit it with a heat gun, clean it out with a paper towel. I gotta say, you guys, cleaning, all you need, in my opinion, from what I've experienced in my time of candle making, a heat gun, some rubbing alcohol, a paper towel. You're good to go. You can clean so many things by just heating it up, wiping it down with alcohol and a paper towel, and you are good to go. And then the fourth and final way that I use my heat gun actually doesn't specifically pertain to candle businesses, but it does pertain to my business, and I sell candles as well as room sprays. So I use the heat gun to heat up the shrink bands on my room sprays. So I purchased these little shrink bands from Uline, and basically what it is it's just heat activated. So it has a little perforated edge, so it basically just shrinks it on to the room spray, and it helps to prevent leaking during transit. And also I just feel like it looks a little bit more professional. It looks a little bit more like something that you would purchase from a store. It's already packaged up and nobody's touched it or opened it or anything like that because you are opening it up yourself. So once I realized that I could use my heat gun for that, it was super cool, and I still love doing it. It's still really fun to just heat it up and watch it shrink up really fast. And that is going to be all for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I use my heat gun and how versatile it is and how much it really does help me within my business for a lot of things that I do. If there's anything that you use your heat gun for that I did not cover in this video, please leave it in the comment section below so both my viewers and also I can kind of see maybe a different way that I'm not personally using my heat gun. If you guys liked today's video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandleCo. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.